tell you, this is weird. February, beginning of February, and yesterday was 65 degrees. It's nuts. And it's actually not bad this morning. And here's the thing. There's some work to do outside, and I'm going to take advantage of this while I can before spring, because there is a road that has been driving me bonkers that needs to be kind of worked on. So, this is the grader we got. Huh, isn't she pretty? Oh yeah, look at that thing. Fits right in with the farm. So here's the deal. Our other grader is like a 1962-ish, somewhere in there. It was just getting wore out. The joints and everything were just getting wore out, slop in there. Tires were starting to get wore out. And this popped up. And why did we change? Well, there's a couple reasons. This has brand new tires on it, like 2 years old roughly is what I understand. The other thing is it's got hydraulic cylinders to run the blade up and down, which our other one just had knuckle buster, lever, it's all mechanical gearbox. So we got cylinders to lift and raise the blade. The other thing too is this has got a 14-foot blade. Our other one had a 12-foot blade. This is heavier. This has got a little bit more power than the other one. And so it was just kind of a no-brainer. This engine has been rebuilt. It says 1,300 on the hour meter. So if that's true, that's pretty awesome. And it runs pretty good. I've spent a little bit of time in it to just kind of get familiar with it. And I think now it's time for you guys to see what it can do. So what I'm going to do is fire it up. And they greased it up pretty good before we got it. And I haven't really ran it that much, so I don't really need to go through and grease it. But we'll fire it up, put some fuel in it, and then we'll go to a road that has been, well, neglected for many years. There we go. It's a little harder to get up in this thing. So, this is what we got going on. Up here is your gauges and your key and start and all that kind of stuff. You got your throttle. You got different levers for different options. The transmission has a high-low, and then it has a forward and reverse lever, and then it has a shifter lever. So that's kind of interesting. A little different than our other one. Our other one basically just had two levers, high-low, and then reverse. And then you had your gears 1 through 3. So what we're going to do here, they got master kill cable to the injection pump. And then you got your key. And since it's a little chilly, we'll do a little ether. A little bit more and see how it goes. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Come on. Okay, it's trying. Battery's getting low. All right, you need to go get the jump pack. So something happened to that jump pack I was using. It wasn't really, I don't know, I think it was failing. It just wasn't quite staying on to charge. So I got the thumb ins. So we'll let it charge for a little bit, and then we'll come back and try to fire this thing up. She lives. Oh yeah. Is this got the Detroit, it is 71? Something like that. Can't remember. It's a 2-stroke. She's ready to work after it warms up. Then she's ready to work. After I put some diesel in it. Then she's ready to work. After I get a little bit more coffee. And then I'm ready to work.
Well, we got some downtime in the shop, sort of. Waiting on some answers for the transmission for the 844. Pretty much we know that's what's the problem. That center planetary assembly. And I got new bushings coming. They should be the right ones. But this is not something we can source. So we're gonna see if we can have a machine shop build up that end and fix the gap that's there and put new bushings in. Theoretically, we should be able to reassemble that transmission. It looks good otherwise. It looks in really good shape. It's just a matter if the torque converter looks good, so we'll get to that soon. But I decided now is a great time while it was still warm out. I pulled the pump off our spray tender. And this has been, had this pump for a number of years now. Nice Honda, runs really good. It's got a 240 gallon per minute chemical transfer pump on it. But the thing with this pump that's just absolutely horrendous design, they put an O-ring between this adapter, this 90, and the pump housing. Of course, it's all poly or whatever this, not plastic is. Well, that O-ring leaks, and you gotta tighten it. See how it moves? Look at that. Whose idea was that? Why not just put regular threads in? These threads are weird. They're only this much. You can't glue it. You can't goo it. And as you can see, chemical just pumps out of there. And I'm just waiting for it to break apart. I already did once. I glued it together. It's coming apart again. So with that said, I'm upgrading the pump. But the engine's good. I don't really want to get rid of that because that thing runs awesome. So I'm gonna take this pump housing off, take all this off. I've got a, what is it, AMT pump rated at almost 300 gallons a minute. Originally, I bought this a couple years back and it didn't work because I accidentally bought it with a threaded shaft impeller and I needed a keyway. Well, I called the company and they actually had the right adapter here, so they sent it. I just been waiting for a snowy, yet not snowy because it's not snowy, but rainy, not rainy either, winter day. Swap this, so let's put that pump on there, see if it works. Look at that shaft. Isn't that pretty? Here's the old housing. Yeah, these are those threads, plastic threads I was telling you about. They're all stripped out. Try to put Teflon on them, all kinds of stuff to get it to stop leaking. And just so we're going to aluminum and cast iron, and we'll see how long that lasts. I'll clean this output shaft up. I need to confirm it is the correct size. That'd sure be a bummer if it wasn't. And it looks like it is. Good. Cool, I should be able to use that. All right, let's see if we have all the parts put together. But before we get any further, let's talk to you about today's video sponsor, and that's Brooklyn Bedding and my favorite mattress, the Sedona. Let's go. And we're at the house. This is my master bedroom. I know it's a little bare. Yes, new house, takes time to get stuff put on walls. We'll get to that eventually, but I want to talk about that thing right there. Yeah, isn't that a beauty? Let's take a closer look. Mrs. Welker. She's gorgeous. But that's actually not what we're here to talk about. The mattress, of course. This is Sedona for Brooklyn Bedding. So there's a lot of things that go into picking what mattress is best for you. Are you a light sleeper or a heavy sleeper? Do you sleep on your side, your back? Do you have back pain? I do have a little bit of back pain. I actually prefer to sleep on my back. I like a firmer mattress. The Sedona is a little bit in between. But you know what? The wife likes a softer mattress. She sleeps on her side. So it's got to find that in between that fits both of you. Now, if you're single, that doesn't matter. If you're married, yeah, gotta compromise. And that's what the Sedona is well for us. Brooklyn Bedding is based in Arizona, and they are designed, assembled, and shipped directly from their factory to your door. They also have such a wide variety of mattresses, all kinds. And if you guys have any questions or concerns or not sure what you really want, take up a sleep quiz and you can take it. And it's pretty cool. It goes through, asks you all about your life. You know, what's your favorite color, favorite food? Where do you go to spend your holidays with? No, it doesn't do that. Okay, but it does ask you a lot of questions about your sleeping, and it'll help point you towards the mattress that they offer that might be best for you. It's honestly pretty crazy, but when these mattresses show up, they're just in a box about the size of a dishwasher, and you just lug it around, plop it on the floor, cut it open, cut the plastic off, and it just folds out into this literally queen-size mattress right here. It's pretty amazing. We've had this Sedona coming up on about a year. I really have liked it. It's helped a lot when I have to go back to sleep after waking up multiple times with a kid that has to go to the bathroom. It decides to use your bathroom in your room instead of the one next to their room. But anyways, life's great. It's nice to fall back to sleep again quickly. I can definitely tell there's some premium materials put into this mattress with multiple layers of foam and springs. It's pretty well built. And the best part is if you order this mattress, you get free shipping to your door in the lower 48 and 120-night sleep trial with a limited lifetime warranty. And you can use your health savings account or flexible spending account to purchase your Brooklyn Bedding mattress. I love my Brooklyn Bedding mattress, and I think you would too. If you're interested in a new bed, go to brooklynbedding.com or scan the QR code to get 30% off your order by using the code Welker Farms. And make sure to go to the post-purchase survey if you do buy a mattress and mention that we sent you there. Helps us all out. So appreciate it. Thank you, Brooklyn Bedding, for sponsoring this video. Thank you again for the amazing mattress. And let's get back to the shop. And we're back. Yeah, no nap time for me. It's got a couple more hours till I get to that. But until then, let's get this pump put together. Well, I think I got it. Everything's torqued down. I had shims in there like I need. It spins freely. I lost somehow in the process of like the last year and a half I've had this and haven't installed it. 2 of the square nuts, so I made do with those. That'll work fine. It's holding it tight. So I guess now I should drop the oil in this engine. I think we've got an extra pull cord. I should put a new one on it if it fits, because it'd be a good time to swap that out right now. And then I got to figure out a way to mount this back to the skid, and then the plumbing over there, figure out how to reattach that. This probably will have to be repositioned. I think this needs turned 180 degrees over here. So definitely some things to do, but so far we're on. I think we're good. Oil changed, air clearance cleaned out. The pull cord, just couldn't wait for that thing to finally give up, and it hasn't. But it is starting to get a little rougher. It's definitely a little weather checked. So what I did is I pulled the cord all the way out, put some screwdrivers in to lock this in place so it can't rotate back. Got it tight in the vise. And I got some new nylon rope here. And I was going to cut to length a new piece. I was going to show you a little trick, which I'm sure many of you probably know. But if it's a nylon rope, you can take a lighter and just melt the end of this real quick, like this. And what it'll do is it'll help it feed through when you're trying to thread it through, like say this, instead of fighting it the whole time, because otherwise it can be a bugger. This is not the right tool for this, but I'm going to use it. There we go. So I'll tie a knot on this end of the handle, pull it in tight, and then measure the length. Oops, that is not how I should tie the knot. Measure the length, and then feed it back through the spool, cut it off. I mean, technically, should be back in business. Was that enough of a knot? I think so. That'll be perfect. Okay, I should be able to release the tension now. Decided to not use the engine stand that was there originally and just cut some square tubing, bolted to the bottom, put the rubber bushing legs that are on this thing, and so it's level. That's good enough. It's gonna have that 3-inch hose hooked here, as well as one here. That's gonna hold that engine steady on that, and if I need to, I'll strap it down. So yeah, it's kind of redneck. Now I do understand this is an aluminum housing, cast iron part pump, so yes, it's not ideal for chemical. But I bought it before I really researched that, and I couldn't take it back. So we're using it, and we're gonna burn through that pump until it starts leaking, and then we'll get a different one.
What you doing, Daddy?
I'm getting rid of the old and getting it updated to new, but I'm still in the process, so it's not fully new. But yeah,
Looks like you got a little bit on your hair too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I scrubbed it and I took some of it off. Well, as the boys have been doing machinery projects and stuff, what I've been doing is things on this shop building that has not been done since, some of it since it was built, and others since we built on this other wing back in about 2010-11. This was a 40 by 80 metal building, slant wall is what my dad put up. But anyway, we worked with this. We ran our whole farm until 2010 when we built that wing on it, about almost a 50 by 50 on that. The ceiling here is about 13 feet. That one there is about 15 and a half. So, you know, this has a limiting height clearance to get in. We get most of our equipment in as far as our tractors, but a couple of them not quite. But anyway, this is what we have to work with. Well, when we did the ceiling, we put metal on the ceiling, and then we blew insulation all the way until this end where all the springs were, and we never did finish that. Well, finally I said, you know, we've got to finish that. It's just been putting off. You get projects started, and then pretty soon spring happens, and then summer, and you're off doing things, and you don't need to have it fully done and insulated, you know, finished. Well, I decided this is it. So this wall right there wasn't completed. This wall right there wasn't completed. Anyway, I framed that, redid the wiring because we were running out of panel space. So I upgraded the panel. And then this wall I finished last week. I have been washing, and I just was going to wash it, and then I was going to shoot paint on it. So that isn't washed very good, but then I started looking at it, and I kept going a little farther. Even though it's a little bit different color white than this, I'm going, you know, that one is a lot easier to clean, the metal surface, than if you paint it and then try to wash it off later, let's say in another 8-10 years. Let me, you guys crawl up here with me. I'm gonna show you what this shop, this part here, the 40 by 80, was built in 1973. So it's got a few years on it, you know, let's say about 50 years. Well, this has never been touched. So this is 50 years of condensation, smoke, dirt, grime. Look at that. 50 years. So I'm going to go ahead and clean it up, and then I'm going to just not paint this because it is cleaning up a lot better than, let's say, the wood walls. You can clean this a little easier. So at this point, I'm not going to reshoot all this with white. I am going to trim out all of the, see the blue there? It's close to like a Ford blue. All of the framework that is showing, other than the steel siding, I'm going to go ahead and trim out with that blue. So we'll have an accent of this color throughout the rest of the shop. Anyway, that's what I've been doing. The boys been working hard. I've been just playing on the lift, having fun in my own little world. Yep. You know, at my age, this is the best way for me to get high. Because I still feel pretty good when I have a letdown. No side effects, and it's legal.